Hello everybody, welcome to Ollie's Anatomy and Physiology Practice Review live stream. How is everyone doing today? I hope you guys are all doing fantastic. How's everyone doing? Hello. How's everyone doing? Hello. Welcome to Ollie's Anatomy and Physiology Practice Review live stream. We're going to go over a couple questions today for Anatomy and Physiology 2 for the HESI and TEAS, but these questions are great. Just if you're in an anatomy class in general, and whatever else has anatomy and physiology on it, DAT, MCAT, radiology, surgical tech, ultrasound. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. And yes, there's some anatomy and physiology on there. That would be great for that as well. But welcome, everybody. We'll get started here in just a moment. I would appreciate if you guys gave the live stream a like. It just gets it out to as more people, so we can help as many people as possible on anatomy and physiology and their HESI and TEAS and whatever else, like I mentioned, has anatomy and physiology on it. Thank you so much for being here today. Welcome to Ollie's Anatomy and Physiology Practice Review live stream. I go live multiple times a week covering anatomy and physiology topics that you guys request. We do some other topics as well, like pharmacology, biology, microbiology, and etc. My next live stream before we get going here, we'll start with number one. We'll be on Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can also check my profile. Thank you, Heavy, on the Chevy for the gift. Thank you. On my profile, it'll say like live event scheduled, and it should be set for your time. You can also hit the notification bell, and you will get notified whenever I am live. We'll start off with number one now, everybody. Which hormone is secreted by the adrenal medulla in response to stress? And then I have my test tomorrow. Said Anna, good luck on your test tomorrow. If we could get a good luck in the chat for Anna as well. Welcome. EXO said, hey, Ollie. Hey, how you doing, EXO? What's your test on tomorrow, Anna? We're on number one now. If you're just joining us, welcome. There's already over 200. I passed my class. That's awesome. Congratulations. If we could get it in because of you. I'm glad I was able to help in any way, but at the end of the day, that was all you. That's awesome. Congratulations. If we could also get a congratulations in the chat. Thank you, Kay, for the roses. Thank you guys so much for being here today. Happy Wednesday. We'll be live again on Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Number one. A big thing here, remember the difference between the adrenal cortex and the medulla as well. So the answer here is going to be B. It's going to be epinephrine and then also norepinephrine. So I just put norepi. Cortisol and aldosterone are actually by the cortex, the adrenal cortex, core and cortisol. Insulin, obviously, is by the beta cells in the pancreas. Number two, the function of antidiuretic hormone, or ADH, is to what? A, B, C, or D? A lot of students get ADH mixed up with aldosterone. We're going to cover both of those hormones today. We're doing some A and P2 today. You're amazing as well. Hey, you're back on my For You page as I'm going to class again. Oh, no, sorry that you're on your way to class. But thanks for joining here before class, Treasure. It's good to see you again. How are you doing? But welcome, everybody. Thanks for being here today. I'm Ollie. I have my master's degree in molecular medicine, and I have been a tutor for anatomy and physiology for 5 years now. Number two, moving on to number two now. We've got a few of you have gotten your answer choices in. The answer is C. It is to reduce water loss by the kidneys. Antidiuretic hormone is going to cause the kidneys to reabsorb more water. So when we reabsorb more water, I'm going to put reab for reabsorb. We are going to decrease our urine output. Increasing heart rate, this would be one example of what norepinephrine would do. Stimulating digestive enzymes, that is not a rule. And then stimulating ovulation, that is going to be the luteinizing hormone, the LH surge. Number three, what chamber of the heart receives oxygenated blood from the lungs? So going through our heart, let's draw our little 4 boxes for our chambers here. This is how I always draw out my hearts. Let me see here. Let me fix that a little bit. While you guys are answering number three, this is supposed to be our apex. So we have our right atria, right ventricle, left atria, and a left ventricle there. Just a quick diagram for you guys. Raleigh said, will I cook in this class if I took medical terminology? In my opinion, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. We're going to go over the difference between aldosterone in just a bit here. I have a question on that coming up, so just stick with me here. I think I took medical terminology at the same time, and honestly, I think that helped a lot. A lot of questions give away the answer with just the terminology sometimes. But number three, the answer is going to be the left atrium. The left atrium. The pulmonary veins deliver oxygen-rich blood to the left atrium. Those are going to come from the lungs. The right atria is going to receive deoxygenated blood from the body. Number 4, the pacemaker of the heart is the what? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D? Everything right now. You got a 91 on your midterm final. That's awesome. Congratulations. That's awesome. Okay, that's perfect. Yes, medical terminology will help you a lot. Yes, for sure. But number 4, moving on. Number 4, the answer is A. The SA node is the pacemaker of the heart. Why is it the pacemaker of the heart? It is going to initiate the electrical impulse, which would be our heartbeat. This is actually going to go down to the AV node. From the AV node, it'll go down to the bundle of His, and then from the bundle of His, we'll go to the Purkinje fibers. The AV node is going to delay it slightly. Bundle of His will transmit the signal from the AV node to the Purkinje fibers. The Purkinje fibers distribute this out through the ventricles, contracting the ventricles, pumping the blood out to where it needs to go. Number 5, which blood vessels carry blood away from the heart? Remember, everything isn't always deoxygenated or oxygenated. Sometimes there are exceptions here. But number 5, which blood vessels carry blood away from the heart? A, B, C, or D for this one? Ironically, you only show up for me on my holidays. Sorry about that, V. It's good to see you again. I hope you're doing well. Thank you, Ash, for the gift. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate it if you guys gave the live stream a like. The more that you guys do like the live, the more that we can get as many people as possible in here. Help as many people as possible on their upcoming HESI and TEAS and anatomy and physiology exams. The answer here, away from the heart, is going to be arteries. It's kind of in the letter here. So A, arteries away. Vein is back to the heart. Capillaries are where we're going to have our exchange. Venules are small veins that lead to larger veins that come from the capillaries. Number 6, what is the function of hemoglobin? A, B, C, or D for number 6? What do you guys think for this one? What do you guys think? I know a lot of students get confused. We're at 1,000 likes already. Let's go, guys. I know a lot of students get confused with pulmonary artery versus pulmonary vein. Pulmonary artery is deoxygenated blood. This is not oxygenated. Pulmonary vein is oxygenated. Again, pulmonary vein is coming back to the heart, and pulmonary artery is going away from the heart. Number 6, moving on, the answer is going to be B, transporting oxygen. Hemoglobin binds oxygen in our red blood cells. Regulating pH is not its primary role. Clotting is platelets. Breaking down nutrients, that would be enzymes. And we're going to move on to the next page here, number 7. And you can also rewatch this on YouTube. That is linked in my TikTok bio. But number 7, the majority of nutrient absorption occurs in the what? A, B, C, or D. And if you are just joining and you're new here, welcome. My name is Ollie. I go live multiple times a week covering anatomy and physiology for you all. You guys can all request topics via the Service Plus button. I'll pin it. Oh, sorry, that was the wrong thing. Hold on. I'll pin it up here in just a second. This is how you get the questions, but I will put up there so you can request topics, because every single question today came from you guys. Number 7, the answer is B. It is the small intestine. The small intestine. The small intestine is going to have villi and microvilli, both in a way are going to increase the surface area for absorption. Stomach is for digestion. Large intestine is mostly water. Reabsorption, and the esophagus is for transporting food. Number 8, bile is produced in the what? Where is bile produced? A, B, C, or D? Yes, the small intestine does the majority of it, yes. Specifically during the jejunum. Number 8, fantastic, the answer is D. It is the liver. It is produced by the liver. It's going to synthesize bile. The gallbladder is going to store and also release it. Just because something releases something doesn't mean it necessarily produces it, or just because it stores it doesn't mean it stores it. Think of it like a warehouse in a way. Just because you store something in the warehouse doesn't mean it was directly made there. It was probably made in a factory. Number 9, which organ stores and concentrates bile, which I kind of just gave that away. But anyway, that would be B. The gallbladder, like I mentioned, it stores, releases bile. It'll concentrate that bile until it is needed. And that bile is essentially going to emulsify fats and break them down into, let's just call it like our smaller droplets, which makes it a lot easier for the enzyme lipase to come along and then digest these droplets. Number 10, the pancreas produces what? A, B, C, or D for this one, A, B, C, or D. Welcome everybody that just joined. There's over 500 of you in here now. Thank you guys so much for being here. Do I still have TEAS? Yes, for anatomy and physiology. Today is specifically for A and P2 for the HESI and TEAS. These questions were made in reference to that. But number 10, the pancreas is going to produce answer choice D. It also, just real quick here, it also is going to secrete glucagon. Insulin is going to get secreted and released by the pancreatic beta cells to lower the insulin in our body by promoting the uptake of glucose into cells. Glucagon is going to increase glucose in the body. These are going to come from the alpha cells. The bile, again, is made by the liver. The erythropoietin sometimes gets abbreviated as EPO. This is going to be by the kidneys, and then pepsin is the stomach. Number 11, what is the role of villi in the small intestine? I mentioned that in a question. I mentioned that in the question a little bit earlier on this page. So hopefully you were paying attention to that one. No one said I have to take A and P2. Good luck. Doesn't the liver make insulin? No, the liver, it produces bile. Really for detoxification and whatnot. The pancreas is going to make insulin. That is through the beta cells on the pancreas. Number 11, the answer is C. It is to increase the surface area. C, so what that kind of looks like, if you have your intestines here, you have your microvilli. This is going to increase, again, so when you have your nutrients coming, instead of it just being flat and stuff, you have these that increase the surface area along here as well. Number 12, which of the following is a function of the large intestine? A, B, C, or D for this one? I see. Yeah, I can find. Oh no, that is not good. Not a wasteland. Not a wasteland. Oh my goodness. Thank you. I got so good. That's okay. That's okay. That's definitely why we're here. That's definitely the point of these live streams as well. But everybody who just joined, welcome. There's almost like 700 of you in here now. Welcome. My name is Ollie if you're new. I go live multiple times a week covering A and P that you guys do request. Let me see if I can put up the little notification for it. You can send me a message and request a topic. Every single topic that we're going over today has been requested by you guys. We're almost at 5,000 likes as well. Number 12, the answer is D. It is water reabsorption. So again, as we mentioned, a lot of the material a lot of our nutrients are going to get absorbed in the small intestine. So once that all gets absorbed in the small intestine, we're going to have indigestible matter. What happens is we have that indigestible matter. The large intestine is going to reabsorb that water. What that does is that is going to form kind of like your more solid feces. Moving on to the next page of questions. Number 13, the nephron is the functional unit of the what? A, B, C, or D. I'm also going to read your comments as well. If I missed anything, please feel free to repeat it as well. Sometimes I just do miss it. So the kidneys are responsible for water reabsorption. But that mainly will be in your blood, obviously. And your intestine is going to be mostly from the indigestible matter after nutrients get absorbed in the small intestine. So the kidneys absorb most of the water back into the bloodstream, rather than allowing it to be excreted as urine. Number 13, moving on to number 13, I'll look back at the questions here in just a moment. The answer is C. A nephron is the functional unit of the kidney. Nephrons are going to, it's going to filter blood, which is going to help us form our urine. Number 14, which part of the nephron is going to filter our blood plasma? A, B, C, or D? Thank you guys so much for the follows as well. It's nice to meet you all. Do I need help with USMLE preparation? Not always, no. I have not taken the USMLE. I have my master's degree in molecular medicine, and I'm working on getting my PhD, so I have not prepped for USMLE. But I have tutored some medical school students in both the US and the UK for anatomy and physiology in their classes. Number 14, the answer is B, it's glomerulus. The glomerulus is like kind of the capillary network that's going to filter blood. The loop of Henle is going to reabsorb your water and your salt. The collecting duct is going to help with concentrating the urine, and the renal pelvis will collect the urine. Number 15, aldosterone increases the reabsorption of what? A, B, C, or D? For those who just asked about aldosterone a little earlier, went over antidiuretic hormone. Let me see what you guys think for number 15. I'll go over what the answer is, and then I'm also briefly going to mention antidiuretic hormone because this is a question that a lot of people get confused on. A, B, C, or D? I'll give you guys a moment because I'm kind of curious. I welcome you in Canada as well. Thank you, Pets Toronto. Thank you. I appreciate it. Alrighty. Number 15. The answer is D. It is sodium. So let's talk about this one real quick and pay attention. Aldosterone promotes sodium reabsorption in the kidneys. It is going to increase water reabsorption indirectly because water follows sodium. Antidiuretic hormone is going to increase water reabsorption directly. So yes, in a sense, they both do reabsorb water. Aldosterone is aldosterone is indirectly. Antidiuretic hormone is directly, because aldosterone increases the reabsorption of sodium. Water follows sodium. Number 16, which of the following is filtered at the glomerulus? A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think for that one? A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think for number 16? Which of the following is filtered at the glomerulus? A, B, C, or D? We're almost at 7.5 thousand likes on today's live. Thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate it. Happy Wednesday. Hope you all are doing fantastic. Is anyone in a summer A&P class at the moment or have a HESI or TEAS coming up? Number 16, the answer is A. It is glucose. Glucose is small enough to pass through the filter, but it's not normally reabsorbed. So it just gets filtered. Red blood cells are too large. Proteins are also too large. Platelets are also too large. Number 17, which of the following best describes the role of the respiratory system? The respiratory system, A, B, C, or D? Yes, Friday, awesome. TEAS tomorrow, good luck tomorrow. Alexa said AMP2, heavy on the Chevy HESI, August 2nd. Makai said I have my TEAS next month. Good luck, guys. Katie said got my TEAS coming up early next year. That's awesome, good luck. Beautifully said, I am done with nursing school. Congratulations, that's awesome. I'm glad you're done. Always good to be done. Very interesting. My first time watching. Welcome, Paige. I'm glad. Thank you. I appreciate you being here. April said July 28th. Lulu said 7/22. That's awesome. Good luck, everybody. Seriously, good luck. If everyone wants to put a good luck in the chat just for everybody taking their stuff. Eric said taking my paramedic test, and good luck on that as well, guys. Thank you guys so much for sharing that. I definitely will be thinking about you guys. Always, always laying in bed at night going, hopefully everyone passes there. Not only just pass, I want you guys to ace. That's why we're here as well. But we'll continue on with the questions. The answer here is going to be A for number 17. The following functions, that is going to describe the role of the respiratory system as gas exchange between the air and blood. We're delivering oxygen and we are removing carbon. Oh my goodness, not that. CO2, carbon dioxide. Circulation of nutrients is by the cardiovascular system, breakdown of food, GI tract, and then the regulation of sugar. That is mainly your endocrine system. Number 18, oxygen moves from the alveoli into the capillaries by what process? What is this process referred to as? A, B, C, or D? Awesome. Awesome. Everyone's putting good luck in the chat. That's awesome. Thank you all so much. You guys are awesome. Thanks for making the community very uplifting. I appreciate it. Jordan said, taking my DAT on September 8th. Good luck, Jordan. TEAS on Friday. Awesome, awesome. Good luck, good luck. Good luck, everybody. You guys are going to kill it. You guys are going to kill those exams. I know it. Thank you. No problem. Yes, of course. Thank you. Thank you for sharing when you're taking your guys' exams as well. The answer is going to be diffusion here. Passive movement from a high to low concentration, moving from the oxygen moving from the alveoli into the capillaries. Active transport, no. Filtration, no. Osmosis is for water. Number 19, kind of a longer question here. So take your time here for a minute. But number 19, during external respiration, which of the following factors most directly facilitates the rapid diffusion of oxygen from the alveoli into the pulmonary capillaries? Sorry, that's a longer question. I made it, and then I put it on my iPad when I was going through and reading, and I was like, oh wow, I kind of made that one a little bit longer. But I felt like all the information was a little more important there. But anyway, number 19, what facilitates the rapid oxygen diffusion in external respiration? I guess I probably could have worded it like that. Not this appearing well in my physio class. Oh my goodness. Wednesday the 23rd, good luck. Number 19 is C. The thin respiratory membrane and also the large surface area of the alveoli. So short distances plus a big area is going to have for faster diffusion. So the shorter the distance it has to cross across a membrane and the increased surface area will allow for rapid diffusion. Active transport mechanisms, oxygen is going to move passively. Solubility is not very applicable here. Oxygen is not soluble very much. Smooth muscle is also unrelated here. Number 20, what is the normal respiratory rate for a healthy adult, A, B, C, or D? And as I move on to the next page, you can rewatch this on YouTube. It's linked in my TikTok bio. What also is linked in my TikTok bio is my website. It has all of my anatomy and physiology notes when I was in the class. I got an A, I got 100% on my final exams in undergrad and grad school. I also have a HESI and TEAS, A and P study guide as well. Those are all linked in my TikTok bio. But number 20, the answer is C. It is 12 to 20 breaths per minute. This is the standard clinical range. These are all outside of the range. Number 21, what muscle is primarily responsible for breathing? The primary one, A, B, C, or D. The primary one. As I said, I passed my HESI with a 93%. That's awesome. Congratulations. If you get congratulations in the chat, that would be fantastic. I hope you're proud of yourself. I hope you celebrate it as well. Thank you so much for sharing that with us all. But if you are new here, welcome. My name is Ollie. I go live multiple times a week covering anatomy and physiology and other topics that you guys do request as well. And a way to request topics here, I'm actually going to pin it up here. But you can send me a direct message during the live stream. If you think of a question, just you should be able to hit the direct message. It should be in the bottom left corner there. It will say Service Plus. That's the button you'll use. Thank you, Jenny, for the finger heart. I appreciate you. Number 21, the answer is B. It is the diaphragm. The diaphragm contracts to expand the lungs. The intercostals and a little bit of the rectus abdominis, right? So the intercostals are going to assist. But again, this is what's primarily responsible. The rectus abdominis is more so going to be for forceful expirations. Latissimus dorsi is unrelated. Number 22, the carbon dioxide is primarily transported in the blood as what? What is it primarily transported as? Why is it important as well? If someone can also type that in the chat real quick as well. Not a big deal if you don't. I know it's kind of a longer reasoning in a way. Thank you so much, Destiny, for the roses. Thank you for liking and sharing the live as well. We're almost at 10,000 likes today, guys. But number 22, the answer is B. It is a bicarbonate ion. When carbon dioxide reacts with water, we get HCO3, which is our bicarbonate. That helps regulating the pH of our blood. Dissolved gas, it is a very small amount. Oxygen binds to hemoglobin, so this one, no. Attached to leukocytes, no. Number 23, the primary immune cells that are responsible for producing antibodies are what? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think? Awesome. Number 23, the answer is D. It is our B cells. Think of B. Antibody has a B in it, B. T cells are cell-mediated immunity. Neutrophils are phagocytes, and then macrophages are also phagocytes, which I'm going to put here. So they undergo phagocytosis. T cells are cell-mediated. Number 24. Which organ is part of the lymphatic and the endocrine system? A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think for this one? It is part of both the lymphatic and the endocrine system. A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think for this one? We're at 11.3 thousand likes. Thanks, guys. Cell-mediated means it's controlled by cells. The difference between T cells and B cells, really the biggest thing here for B cells, I think personally, is the antibody. They make antibodies, and B cells has a body in it. And then T cells are thymus-derived. Cell-mediated essentially is an aspect involving the action of the white blood cells rather than the circulating antibodies. Number 24. The answer is B. It is the thymus. The thymus is going to mature T cells. Again, thymus-derived. What this also does is this is going to secrete thymosin. The spleen is lymphatic only. Thyroid is endocrine only. And the pituitary is endocrine only. Number 25, the function of lymph nodes is to what? A, B, C, or D? Thank you guys so much for the follows as well. Welcome to Ollie's Anatomy and Physiology Practice Review live stream. We go live multiple times a week here on TikTok, covering topics that you all request. If you are interested in getting these questions, if you just join our community here on TikTok, let me put up the little thing here. Once you join, send me a message, and then I will send you the blank questions with the answer key at the end after every live. Thank you, Michelle, for the gifts. Thank you so much. Number 25, the answer is D. It is to filter lymph. It's going to remove pathogens from lymphatic fluid. Producing insulin, again, is the pancreas. Secreting hormones is the endocrine glands. Storing red blood cells. This is actually, again, this is lymphatic function, but this is done by the spleen. Number 26, the body's first line of defense against pathogens is what? A, B, C, or D? A little bit of a trick question / common sense question. And a lot of students actually kind of get this one wrong. But it makes sense. It's kind of like an oh, duh kind of question. That's what I always think of it, like one of those oh, duh. For number 26. My uncle passed away from lymphoma. I'm sorry to hear about that. But number 26, the answer is the skin and the mucous membrane. So the skin, you obviously wash your hands. Mucous membranes, those are going to help. There's, in a sense, they're chemical barriers. You know, if you breathe them in and they get trapped in your mucus, and then you sneeze them out, cough them out. T cells are more so third line. Antibodies are part of the adaptive immunity, same with T cells. And then fever, that's part of the second line of defense, which would be your innate immunity. Number 27, helper T cells primarily function by what? A, B, C, or D? Yeah, I think if it weren't a multiple choice, it wouldn't even come up in your heads. Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel about that question. I always try to throw that one in there. Noel, thank you so much for the sub. Please send me a DM or an email. The email is linked in my TikTok bio. So I can get these questions to you after the live. Again, you'll get the questions after every live stream. If you are a sub, you will get the questions after the live stream. Number 27, I go live at least 4 times a week, so you'll get 4 practice tests a week, so 16 a month. I am next week, actually, for the next 2 weeks, not this week, but the next 2 weeks. I'm actually going to be gone the first 2 weeks of August. I'm actually going to do double the amount of questions next week, so to make up for the lack of live streams for those 2 weeks I've been gone. But number 27, helper T cells primarily function by B. It is activating B cells and other immune cells. Helper T cells are going to coordinate your immune system, destroying. In fact, it says it's more so of cytotoxic T cells. Producing antibodies is done by B cells. Secreting histamine, that's going to be mast cells. And your basophils. Number 28, which of the following is an example of Active immunity. Active immunity. A, B, C, or D. What do you guys think for this one? A, B, C, or D? Just put your answer to us down in the comments. We're almost at 15,000 likes on today's live stream. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you guys so much for supporting the live. You guys are awesome. I love doing the lives. They're so much fun. We're on number 28. Oh, I have mitosis. Oh my goodness. But number 28, the answer is B. It is vaccination. Vaccination is going to trigger the body to make its own antibodies. That'll give us our active. It's considered active when you are producing the antibodies. Breast milk would be passive because they're pre-made antibodies. Donating antibodies, that would be passive. Hemoglobin injection would also be passive. So the rest of these, A, C, and D are all passive. Spell passive really bad. A, C, and D. Number 29, which gland secretes growth hormone? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D? Always surprised me how similar UK and US questions are. I've had the same question come up before. Oh, that's good. Awesome. Yeah, there's like odd similarities, odd differences, but at the same time, all this information is the same in the UK as it is in the US. I've tutored both UK students and US students, and most of the time it's not really different in terms of content. I noticed that the UK does go a little more in depth in undergrad level courses, but that's pretty much about it. Or the way that certain things are spelled or pronounced can be a little different in both. But number 29, which gland secretes growth hormone? The answer is D. It is the anterior pituitary. The anterior pituitary secretes growth hormone. Thyroid is going to produce your T3 and T4 hormones. Pineal is melatonin, adrenal, cortisol, aldosterone, epinephrine, etc. Number 30, which hormone is going to regulate metabolism? This should be what you automatically think of for number 30. Number 30, you should automatically always think of this when this question comes up. Angie said, I can't believe I still remember these. I took A&P in 2017. That's awesome, Angie. No, that's good. That's perfect. That means that you studied the right way. That's exactly what that means. But number 30, the answer is A. It's thyroxine or T4. Anytime you think of metabolism, you should automatically think of the thymus and its associated hormones like thyroxine, and which is T4, and T3, trithyronine. Number 34, parathyroid hormone, PTH, increases the blood levels of what? A, B, C, or D? We're at 16,000 likes. Let's go, guys. That's awesome. Thank you all so much for the support today. Welcome in. If you're also just joining us, welcome. I am Ollie. Welcome to Ollie's Anatomy and Physiology Practice Review live stream. We go live multiple times a week covering A&P topics that you guys all do request. And then you can request those via direct message here. You can hit that button, send me a message during the live. That is how I get those topics. Every single topic today has been requested by you guys. Parathyroid hormone is going to be for calcium. Parathyroid hormone increases blood levels of calcium. Calcitonin will decrease calcium in the blood. Number 32, which endocrine gland sits on top of the kidneys? A, B, C, or D? Did I do HESI test review? Yes, we're doing some anatomy and physiology HESI and TEAS test review today. Normally we do them, I couldn't go live yesterday because I had a bunch of tutoring. But Mondays and Tuesdays, Monday A&P 1, Tuesday A&P 2 for HESI and TEAS. That's typically what we do. Thank you for the gift. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And then number 32, which gland sits on top of the kidneys? The answer is D, the adrenal glands. So if you have your kidneys, your adrenal gland sits on top. Number 33, which hormone lowers blood glucose? A, B, C, or D? We went over this a little bit earlier. But hello, everybody that just joined. Welcome. My name is Ollie. I go live multiple times a week here on TikTok. Do chem review? Yes, we do chemistry occasionally as well. Yes. But thank you all so much for being here. Thanks for the follows as well, guys. We go live multiple times a week. Again, you can request topics as well for me to do. Number 33, the answer is A, insulin. Insulin. Insulin is going to increase the uptake of glucose by cells. Glucagon, cortisol, and epinephrine all raise glucose. Cortisol is mostly through like long-term stress. Epinephrine is through your fight or flight stress. Number 34, the corpus luteum is going to secrete what? A, B, C, or D for this one? A, B, C, or D? Can I go over blood? Yes, absolutely, yes. We'll be live again. So if you are just joining, my next live will be Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then you can also request topics for that live stream on Friday. Let me put that up again. But I'll put it up here in just a moment. But yeah, again, you can request topics as well. But number 34, the corpus luteum is going to secrete B. It is progesterone. It secretes progesterone to maintain the uterine lining after ovulation. Follicle-stimulating hormone, FSH, is from the pituitary, oxytocin from the hypothalamus. Prolactin will stimulate our milk production. Number 35, which hormone causes uterine contractions during labor, A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think for this one? Comment your answer choice of A, B, C, or D, whatever you guys think of this. I felt AMP2, this is my sign to study. Yes, this is a great way to study. These live streams are the perfect way to study as well. My TEAS is on Friday, which should be live again tomorrow. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I also have on YouTube, if you want to go back, I have live stream replays on YouTube. It's also linked in my TikTok bio. That's my YouTube. I have plenty on there. I have a whole playlist of all the old videos. I'm a little behind the upload just because for whatever the reason TikTok has an issue with downloading past live stream replays, but I think I finally got it working again today. I think I figured out what the problem is. So this should work now. But number 35, which hormone causes uterine contractions during labor? The answer is A. It is oxytocin. Oxytocin stimulates contraction and milk ejection, not production. That's prolactin. Ejection is oxytocin. Estrogen, progesterone, building up and then maintaining the uterine lining. FSH is for follicle development. Moving on to the next page of questions now. Number 36, what structure, oops, my bad, is going to connect the hypothalamus to the pituitary gland? What is that called? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D. And as we're moving on to the next page, if you are new here, welcome. My name is Ollie. I go live multiple times a week here on TikTok, covering A&P topics for you all, and finally make A&P finally make sense for you all. I also have all of my notes from A&P and a HESI and TEAS A&P study guide on my website. It is linked in my TikTok bio. But number 36, the answer is B. It's the infundibulum. The infundibulum is it's like a kind of like a funnel-shaped organism, or like in a way, it's like that stalk that connects obviously our hypothalamus to our posterior pituitary gland. It's kind of I don't have a picture of it at the moment. It's kind of hard to explain without a picture. It's a very interesting looking thing. Number 37, which phase of the cardiac cycle is going to involve ventricular contraction? A, B, C, or D? I give out all copies to those who are members here on TikTok. If you join this right here, send me a message after you join. Once you join, send me the message. You will get a blank test and the answer key at the end after every live stream. I go live at least 4 times a week. So you get 4 a week, 16 a month. Again, the first 2 weeks of August, I will be away. So for the next 2 weeks, not this week, but the next 2 weeks, I will be doing extra, so double the questions for the next 2 weeks in preparation for that. Number 37, which phase of the cardiac cycle involves ventricular contraction? The answer is B, it's systole. Systole is our contraction phase. Diastole, this is going to be our relaxing phase. Answer choice C, repolarization, is the electrical reset. Isovolumetric relaxation, this is the closure of the aortic valve. plus our ventricular filling. Number 38, blood. Number 38, blood type AB is also known as what? A, B, C, or D? Those were the questions are available for those of you who asked. Thank you for 18,000 likes on live today, everybody. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate all the support on today's live. Again, we'll be live again at Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All the replays are on YouTube, and then all my notes and my HESI and TEAS A&P study guide are on my website. Everything is linked in my TikTok bio. But number 38 is D. It is the universal recipient. Why is that the case? AB is going to have no antibodies. No antibodies means it can receive all types. The universal donor would be O negative. And then O positive is actually the most common blood type. Number 39, platelets function to what? A, B, C, or D? For this one, what do you guys think? A, B, C, or D? Awesome. Almost at 19,000 already, guys. You guys are crushing it. Number 39, platelets function to A. That is going to be promoting blood clotting. Platelets aggregates. It's called aggregation. At the site of injury, plugging it up, creating a clot. So you don't bleed as much. Carry oxygen, that's the hemoglobin and red blood cells. Infection would be white blood cells. Transporting nutrients would be part of the plasma. And just the circulatory system overall. Number 40, the tunica media of blood vessels is composed primarily or mostly of what? A, B, C, or D for this one. What do you guys think? For number 40, what do you all think? Put in your answer choice of A, B, C, or D. Thank you so much for the follows as well. It's always lovely seeing some new names in here. I do try to remember people's names, especially if you're pretty frequent in the live streams as well. The answer is going to be C for number 40. It is going to be smooth muscle. Smooth muscle is what is going to essentially control the vessel's diameter. Number 41. Which cranial nerve controls heart rate and digestion? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D. We're almost at 20,000 likes now on the live. That's awesome, guys. Thank you so much. Tunica media is the middle. Let me. I'll write it up here. It is the middle layer of our blood vessel wall. Again, composed primarily of smooth muscle. Very critical for the diameter, or vasoconstriction and vasodilation, and maintaining the blood pressure. But number 41, and so this is super cool. I'm a medical student here and already learning a lot. That's awesome. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Even though you're not in medicine, I do appreciate you being here and learning. It's definitely what we're trying to do here as well. As well as help people prepare for exams. It's just help everybody learn and kind of do it in a fun way. The answer is A. It is the vagus nerve, which is cranial nerve 10. This is going to control our heart rate and digestion. Number 42, which part of the brain is going to regulate body temperature and hunger? A, B, C, or D, as we move on to the next page here. And as we move on to the next page, my name is Ollie. If you're new here, welcome to Ollie's Anatomy and Physiology Practice Review live stream, where we make anatomy and physiology finally make sense for you all. Help you learn or connect some dots if you've taken it in the past. But welcome in, everybody. It's good to see you all. It's nice to meet you if you're new here. Welcome back if you've been here before. In mid school, and definitely help with the A&P. That's awesome. I like your breakdown. I hope I passed my exam. You definitely will, Lauren. You got this. You are going to crush it. Absolutely crush it. I am sure of it. What's the trigeminal nerve? That is 5. That's actually, it's the largest one. It has both sensory motor functions, sensation to the face, controlling muscles and chewing. There's 3 branches of it, giving it the trigeminal nerve. You have the ophthalmic, the maxillary, and the mandibular nerves. Those are the branches of it. But number 42, real quick, moving on now. Number 42, which part of the brain is going to regulate our body temperature and our hunger? The answer is C, it is hypothalamus. The hypothalamus is going to control homeostasis. Excuse me, I gotta take a sip of my drink. Excuse me, sorry about that. Number 43, which ion is essential for muscle contraction? But going back to number 42 real quick. The cerebellum is going to coordinate movement. The thalamus is kind of like that sensory relay station in your brain, and the medulla is for your autonomic functions, being breathing and heart rate, etc. Number 43, which ion is essential for muscle contraction? A lot of students get this a little bit tricked up, right? Let's explain. So let's explain this one. Calcium is the ion that is essential for muscle contraction. Students get it confused with sodium. Sodium is responsible for the depolarization of the action potential, but just because you have an action potential does not mean you have a muscle contraction, because calcium binds to troponin, which removes tropomyosin, which is going to expose actin sites, allowing our myosin heads to bind. So that is why. I know a lot of students get that a little bit tricked up. Number 44, what is the role of acetylcholine in the neuromuscular junction? Whoever just asked, where can you get these questions? You can get them by joining the community here on TikTok. I'll put it up here. It's this little notification that I'm going to post right here. You can join that. And then once you join, send me a message. You'll get the test. It's the blank test, and you'll get the answer key after every live. And I'm also reading through your questions as well. Do I go with the same questions every day? No. I actually try to make new questions every day. I need to get together like a huge list, but I feel some questions are obviously repeats. I try to word them a little differently from live to live, but generally every question is different from live to live. I need to do like a little bit of math on how many questions I actually have, but it's easily over, probably close to 10,000 questions I've made, because I've been doing these lives since February. Aren't you going live tomorrow? I have tutoring sessions tomorrow. But Friday, I will be live again Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, if you look on my profile, it'll tell you the time. Okay, I'm new here. Perfect. Well, welcome. I'm glad you're here. The NEX. If it has anatomy and physiology, I guess I might not be familiar with the NEX exam. Which one is that? But if it has anatomy and physiology on it, then yes. But number 44, what is the role of acetylcholine? It's going to be A. It's going to stimulate muscle contraction. It binds to receptors on the muscle membrane to trigger a contraction. Again, once it binds to the neuromuscular junction, we mentioned that sodium will enter, causing that depolarization, allowing for it to reach the sarcoplasmic reticulum when the calcium gets released. So acetylcholine is going to allow for all of this, like I just mentioned, to occur. Number 45, what structure carries sperm from the testes to the urethra? A, B, C, or D for this one? Is this A and B2? Yes, a little bit of A and P1 in the mix, because some people have different questions here for A and P1 and A and P2, so I have a couple A and P1. Mostly A and P2, though. Typically, today's Wednesday, I know that, but normally, on a normal week, I do A and P1 on Mondays, A and P2 on Tuesdays, and then the rest of the week is kind of by request. A lot of different things mixed in, making sure that everyone kind of gets at least a little bit of stuff. These questions come from the TEAS exam. They're similar to the TEAS exams. They're not the same, obviously. I don't want to have people cheating. I don't want to do that. But I want to teach the concepts that are on that exam. Thank you, Uni. People activate the bell. Yes, if you do activate the bell, you can. I think you can set it for just my lives only, but you can set it for both me posting. But it'll send you a notification when I go live. Also, on my profile, it'll say when my next live event is scheduled. You can hit that and register for it, and it should send you a notification for when the next one is going to be around too. Number 45, I'll answer this and I'll go back to your guys' questions real quick. But number 45, what structure carries sperm from the testes to the urethra? That is D. It is the vas deferens. The vas deferens are going to carry the sperm from the testes to the urethra. The seminiferous tubule, this is where we're going to produce sperm. Prostate gland is going to add fluid. Epididymis is where sperm matures. And then once it matures, the vas deferens will take it from the testes to the urethra. Number 46, and I'm going to go back to answering some of your guys' questions in the comments. Number 46, which layer of the uterus is shed during menstruation? A, B, C, or D? Jessica said, I love this. I'm not even in a class like this or anything, but cool live. Thanks for being here, Jessica. Seriously, thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. I'm glad that you think it's cool. But yeah, no, this is also great for if you're just trying to learn as well. Do I have a YouTube channel? I want to subscribe. Yes, so it is Only Hurt's Sake. It's also available in my TikTok bio. I've actually heard they're not getting rid of it. I think they're creating like a US version of the app now, which I think everything is supposed to transition over. I haven't had a chance to pay too much attention to it. I definitely should, because this is a big part of my life. I love doing this. This is like I love doing this. So I definitely don't want to stop doing this. So number 46, which layer of the uterus is shed during menstruation? The answer is B. It is the endometrium. This layer is going to thicken and then it is shed. Myometrium would be the muscle layer. The perimetrium and the serosa, these are the outer layers. But number 47, the fertilization typically occurs where? I'm also connected with TikTok as well. Like I keep in contact with people who do the live, and there's been no like indication of it ever being like gotten rid of, so it should be okay as of right now. I've been told that everything should be fine. So number 47, fertilization typically occurs in the answer is C. It is the fallopian tube. The fallopian tube, specifically the ampulla. Number 48. Number 48. Which hormone peaks just before ovulation? Also, like I just mentioned. Oh, thank you, Amy, so much for the sub. Please send me a message so I can get you the blank test and the answer key at the end. Also, if you want to join as well, and if you have joined before in the past, please send me a message or an email that you have joined. The subscription, please send me. This is what you joined, what Amy just joined. Thank you guys so much as well. I'm going to join. There it is. I just put up the notification. Once you join that, I will send you get the blank test and the answer key after every single live stream. Thank you, Andy, so much. I'll actually explain this something at the end of the live stream a little bit more if you want to pay attention, because I am going to be gone for 2 weeks, but I'm going to essentially do more stuff on the live next week to make sure that you guys are, make sure you're getting your questions worth of it as well. Thank you, Candy. Please send me a message. I will get you these questions after the live. How do you get the blank test? So you join the sub thing on here. I'll explain here in just a second. Sandra, I'll just explain in just a second. Thank you so much for the sub as well. Number 48. Which hormone peaks just before ovulation? The answer is luteinizing hormone. Let's get through these questions real quick. Stick around. We're almost done. We just have 50 questions. Stick around. I will explain the whole thing. Which hormone peaks just before ovulation? The answer is luteinizing hormone. It is called the LH surge, which means that you have a surge in your luteinizing hormone that triggers the ovulation. Number 49, during pregnancy, which hormone is detected in a positive pregnancy test? A, B, C, or D? Follicle-stimulating hormone is actually going to rise earlier than ovulation. Same thing with estrogen. So these are going to be a little earlier. So just before is luteinizing hormone. FSH and estrogen are a little earlier, or before the LH surge, so a little earlier. And then progesterone will be after. So again, luteinizing hormone is what triggers ovulation. So that is why. Number 49, the answer is A. It's HCG. This gets secreted by the embryo, which is detected in the urine. Number 50, which organ is responsible for nutrient and gas exchange between the mother and the fetus? A, B, C, or D? These T7s practice questions. Yes, they're HESI. They're both HESI and TEAS style questions for anatomy and physiology. But you work in the birth industry, yes. Thank you. I'm just reading your comments. But anyway, the answer is B. It is the placenta. It's the placenta. This is the interface for exchange, and this is more so for protective fluid. And then the uterus is going to house the fetus, but again, that won't be for the site of nutrient exchange. And I'm also going to say hello to you guys. I'm going to flip my camera around here in just a moment. I just have a little transition period because I don't have my other stand. So that is why, but I'm going to flip the camera around and say hello to everybody, and I will explain the subscription. I'll explain everything that I do. But real quick, I'm going to write it here on my screen before I flip the camera around. The next live is Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and send me a DM or an email for a topic request, and I am so happy to include it. And then real quick, I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to talk about all the stuff here. Give me 1 sec. Awkward transition period. Sorry about that, guys. Bear with me for like 1 second. Thank you guys so much for being here today. I'm gonna flip the camera around really quick and say hello. Hi everybody, I am Ollie. It is nice to meet you all. Let me put my camera on my stand here. Hello. How long are the lives? They are about an hour. Next week, actually. Hello everybody, hello. Also, I have my laptop open, so if I'm like looking over here, I'm looking at your comments. Real quick, just a quick introduction. Hello everybody, nice to meet you. I'm Ollie. I am the guy who's been yapping to you for the last hour about anatomy and physiology. I just got my master's degree in November in molecular medicine, and I've been tutoring anatomy and physiology for about 5 years now. Real quick, for those of you who are asking about the questions, let me put it up there. You join the subscription community here on TikTok. You join our community. It's right here. I just put up a little thing here for it. You click that, follow that. Once you join, you can do it now or later on. Doesn't really matter when. After you join, send me a DM or an email. My email is in my TikTok bio. Send me a DM with your We'll talk. I'll get your email, and then you will get the blank test and the answer key after every live. Thank you so much for that. You're awesome, Liz. Thank you so much. Thank you all so much. And again, I'm going to read your questions here real quick. I'll stick around here to answer any questions for you guys. Sorry, my hair is so flat today. Thank you all so much for being here. I love doing these live streams. Again, my name is Ollie. I do these practice review live streams for A&P. Number 50 was placenta. But anyway, let me look on here. Give me 1 second. Just pulling up your... Thank you for your time. Thank you for being here. See you on Friday. Thank you so much. Very interesting live. Thank you, Annan. Thank you. How long are the lives there? About an hour or two. Have I thought about going to medical school? I actually did think about it. I did some scribing and some shadowing, and I love medicine. I love learning about it. But what I learned is I did not really enjoy I didn't really enjoy being in a hospital. It just wasn't something that made me happy. I loved learning, so that's why I've continued on this journey of research and whatnot. I did research in my master's degree. I want to get my PhD. The funding isn't there right now, so I'm gonna have to wait to apply for that. But in the meantime, I'm teaching and tutoring anatomy and physiology. You definitely make a great teacher. Go to pharmacy or research and oncology. I was also a pharmacy technician for 4.5 years, so I do love pharmacology as well. Or pathophys. Yes, we do occasionally a pathophys. Thank you, Speak Eunice, for the subs. Thank you guys so much. All of you who have subbed today, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I really do, from the bottom of my heart. I love doing these live streams. So also, if you just want, you can go on. You can rewatch these on YouTube as well. I do love doing these live streams. So any support in doing them means the absolute world to me. I look forward to them every single day. So I really do appreciate it. Just anything, really. Just like a like on the live, a follow, a comment, participating with the questions and whatnot. Everything just means the world to me. I truly love doing this. Definitely not stopping anytime soon. Jasmine had to come and tell you pass A&P with your help. That's awesome, Jasmine. Congratulations. That's awesome. If we congratulations in the chat for Jasmine. And then if I miss any questions, please feel free to repeat it. I was awkward transition period. My YouTube account is linked in my TikTok bio. I don't do personal tutoring. So I do, yes. It's currently full for the rest of July. But I'm going to be on vacation for the first 2 weeks of August. When I return on August 18th, I have slots opening up again. But if you want, send me a DM or send me an email. We can talk about the tutoring. I tutor anatomy and physiology, whether that's just for your A&P class, HESI and TEAS, esthetician, radiology, medical school as well. I've tutored some medical students in the U.S. and the U.K. So a little bit of everything, mostly focused on A&P. What can I do to best prepare for my A&P class for the fall? The best thing to do, where can you subscribe? Let me put it up here again. Nursing, yes, as well, yes. You follow this is how you join. Once you join, send me a DM or send me an email. If you send me an email, send me your username so I can look it up, and then we can get you'll get the blank questions, and then the answer key at the end so you can do it on your own and you can practice. I go live at least 4 times a week. So that's about 4 weeks, 16 times a month. But again, like I mentioned, I am going to be gone for 2 weeks in August. So to make sure that you guys are still getting your practice questions worth of being here on our community, I am going to do double the amount of questions, not this week, but the next 2 weeks. So that will be from July 21st until July 31st. There will be double the amount of questions. So I do about 50 to 60 questions a live. I'm going to do 60 plus times 2. So there's going to be 4 times a week. 4 times a week. So we 120 questions. So that will make up for the 2 weeks that I will be gone if you are a sub. So hopefully that makes sense. What is the best way to contact you regarding the TEAS guide? If it'll let me put it up here. No, it won't. But it's either DM or send me an email as well. There should be so in the bottom left corner, there should be an orange button. It'll say either sub or it'll say Service Plus. Either one, you click on that. It'll say direct message. You can direct message me during the live. I'll let you know what my hematologist says about my iron levels. They're elevated. Oh, goodness. Hopefully that goes well. How can you get my tutoring assistant? Send me a DM. Again, we'll be starting the tutoring in the second half of August again. Again, it's full for the rest of the month, and then I'll be on my trip, and then I'll be back, and then we'll be going into tutoring. I am gonna increase the amount of tutoring I have available, especially for the fall, because I know a lot of people take A&P in the fall. Eric said, very accomplished. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You look 25. I'm 24, so yeah. I just finished with my master's. Hopefully to start reading my PhD and as soon as possible, honestly. Articulate things very well. Thank you. Start my A&P in the fall. Have I done MCAT review? I have done like anatomy and physiology review for the MCAT as well. Having the chef send my email. Would you rather? Having the chef, if you send me an email, just make sure your username's there, and I got you. Just make sure your username was in it. If you didn't, just send me another one or whatever. I got you. I was a pharmacy tech at Walmart for 4.5 years. So, is anyone else in here a pharmacy tech or pharmacist? Have OB in acute care for the fall. Let me see if it'll let me put this up. If you have topic requests, can you please send me a DM with some of your topic requests? I can definitely go over them. I'm trying to put up... It only lets me put up these notifications every... There we go. If you have a topic request or question request, hit the direct message me here. That's the best way to do it. Or email. Any way works here as well. And collect questions. Yes, we can do those. I think I've set my email. Can you answer specific questions on the different types of hyper. Yes, Lauren, please send me a message about what type of questions you were looking at there. I have OB and acute. I wish I had this when I was taking A&P. Love the explanation. I only wish I had started doing this sooner. It's so much fun. She's so, like I said, my husband is going to PharmD school this fall. Congratulations to your husband. That's awesome. Does he know like what kind of pharmacy he wants to work in? I know, or industry. I know, like, if I've thought about doing my PharmD as well. If PhD doesn't work out, I would definitely rather go. I would probably never go into retail pharmacy ever again. Yeah, never again. But industry and hospital pharmacies. Oh, my light just went out. Sorry about that. But real quick, I'm just gonna say any quick question. Interested in research? Yes, that's perfect. Pharmacy, PharmDs. It's absolutely incredible for it. He'll definitely do well. Just that my light went out. 31,000 likes in the live. Thank you all so much. Any quick questions here before I do get going? Sorry, my light went. My light is a little wonky here. Hopefully, it's gonna be better for next week, starting Monday again. But we'll be live again on Friday at 2 p.m. Thank you so much, Kiwi, for the renewal here on the subscription. Thank you so much for being here. If you just subbed, please send me a DM that letting me know that you subbed, or an email. Either one works. If you send me an email, just make sure you send me your username. That way I can make sure. The only reason I do the email to username link is just to make sure I don't miss anybody, so everybody gets their things, and that's just the easy way that I can go through and check off to make sure that you're getting your practice test every live. So, any other just quick questions? You should go to PC or sports medicine. I've considered both, but I will probably stick with. Ideally, I would like to get my PhD in medical education and anatomy education. Now, I think I've been kind of going into the education field a little bit, and I love it. I love doing these lives. I love the tutoring, and I would like to do it. I'd like to get a professional degree in it and contribute to the field of that at a very professional level in a way. Not just on TikTok, but in terms of the research and information that will be available about it. But any other quick questions? I am going to get going, but any other quick questions again before I do head off? But truly, real quick, just want to say thank you all again for joining the live today. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thanks for everything. Thank you for being here. Again, I'm Ollie. It's nice to meet you if you are new. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Return subscriber, thank you for all you do. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your continued support as well. I appreciate you. I hope you're doing well. But anything else before I get going? When do I go live? I go live at least 4 times a week. I will be live again next on Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you go to my profile, it'll say like live event scheduled, or you can put the bell on and you can get a notification when I go live. And then on Saturday, I will be live 2 p.m. again. So Friday and Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It'll say that on my TikTok profile as well. But thank you all so much for all the follows, all the likes on the live. You can get my notes for anatomy and physiology. Let me pull them up here. I don't know if it'll be easy to see without my light kind of on it, but these are my notes for anatomy, and yeah, it's kind of hard to see. That's unfortunately. Yeah. But you can get my notes for anatomy and physiology. They're available on my website. Formulas for the exchange. Yes, please send me a DM of those, and I'll write them down, and I'll work on questions for those. So yes, please send me a DM or an email with them, Lauren. But thank you all so much. I look forward to seeing you hopefully on Friday. Or in a future live. Thank you guys. Love you guys. Have a great day. Have a great rest of your day, everybody.